shit. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever it is, wherever you are. Thank you for watching the Go Mode Podcast Twitch. My name is Westside Vandal. I'm here with He's Just a Boy. Double Talk is our tracker, and Math Girl is our restreamer. This is Game 1 of a quarterfinals series matchup in the Link to the Past Challenge Cup between AdirondackRick and Rascalnicough. I'm just going to say Rascal because I probably butchered that. So yeah, about that.
Rascal works for me.
Yep. How you doing?
I'm doing great. It looks like Rick's not a big fan of the snow he's got going on where he lives.
I mean, there was a question earlier today on if he would be able to make this race time because of how severe the snow is in his area. So hopefully that doesn't cause a problem here. As we are underway, Rick gets started first in Link's house with a piece of heart.
And Sanctuary for Rascal. A little bit of divergence, and that is nice. Green Pendant, Desert, Pendant, Eastern Palace, and I didn't see Hera.
Hera is a 6 crystal. And also, Rascal, with good taste in MSU packs. I was using this one myself earlier today. Final Fantasy IX.
I don't think I can play with the MSU packs. I just enjoy the casual music so much. It just feels so weird when you got a little bit different music going on, but...
You see, I'm the exact opposite in that I have played with like either my music playlist or an MSU for so long that if I ever get restreamed and have to be using regular music, I kind of feel weird.
Well, Rascal found himself some bombs there, so he won't have to be worried about that heading into...
was that a sword on Library Ledge?
I think so.
Oh, yep, that is.
Well, hopefully they find Boots sometime.
Yep.
And not Boots and GT with only one sword.
Oof. Oof. Oh, why did you bring that evil out into the world? Oh.
It's never too late.
Or too early, apparently.
Or too early.
Minute 30 in, and you're calling for Boots in Ganon's Tower to unlock a Master Sword on the library bookshelf. That's just wrong.
It's time for the seats to be rude to other people. And just $20 sitting there in the chicken house.
Alrighty. Oddly enough, it seems to be Rascal having some frame issues. Hammer time! Okay. And now we'll see what's in Catwell.
As Rascal disappeared on my end. Oh, there we go.
Same here. It's like Rascal is the one having some internet difficulties here, so we'll try and get that corrected as soon as we can, folks. Although there may not be anything we can do about it, to be honest. Alright. 300 rupees and not a whole lot else in Kakariko Well to be
so basically just a hammer in Kakariko. But that starting in Sanctuary is going to be a nice advantage for Rascal.
Oh, hookshot!
I take that back.
Yeah.
Hammer hookshot Kakariko. That's pretty good.
Yeah, the pause on Rick was to resynchronize the timers because of the time lost on Rascal's side. So we are fine, hopefully.
Math Girl putting in the work and behind the scenes, and Rascal grabbing that hook shot. So I wonder where he's gonna go with that flute. I guess he'll probably do South Shore right away. It'd be tempting to go right up to the mountain, though.
Did he activate the? I haven't seen him activate the flute. Granted, we did lose him for about 10 seconds, so...
I don't think he did. Just judging by him still having the bombs equipped. There we go.
Looks like Rascal is a bit of an internet issue. Hopefully it sorts itself out. Alright, and at 3 minutes, 45 seconds or so, The goose is loose, the duck is amuck, the mallard is empowered, the pheasant is present, the turducken is truckin', and a couple other bird braid puns that you can think of. I got a few new ones from ZSR earlier today, so had to try some of them out.
Have you ever tried turducken?
No, I haven't.
It is so good. It's probably one of the best things I've ever had. It's like turkey, duck, and chicken, and then you like wrap it all in bacon and stuff. Oh,
Oh no, Matt, I wasn't saying it was your internet. I was saying it was Rascal's internet. Alright, Rascal now has the news about that sword on library bookshelf.
and while Rick is walking to the dam, Rascal is going to give himself a nice little bird ride.
Indeed. The ostrich is launchrish. The emu is freemu? Oh, lamp, hello!
And both of them pulling off the hookshot clip there.
Alright. So that really puts Death Mountain in logic, because we can flute there now, and then go rescue the old man.
No surprise seeing both runners pick up that $100 when they are that close to Zora money.
And we're just gonna see some synchronized checks here from our runners, from the looks of it. They're both just like, okay, Mini Moldorm, Ice Rod Cave, let's go.
And that flute will continue to give Rascal a little bit of an advantage. He'll save a little bit of time on the way to Ice Rod Cave too.
This, oh, Moon Pearl! That's gonna put us a glove away from Dark World access.
At this moment, I would almost be tempted to go to Death Mountain and not even do Ice Rod Cave. And maybe come back and do it in Fake Flipper then.
Yep, and nope, Rascal fluted, but he does flute to 8.
Yeah, staying consistent, I like it.
Flute was in the Sanctuary chest. And Rick did his usual start from Link's house, so... So Rick has not been up that direction yet, I don't think. Whereas Rascal has. Neither runner has checked Lumberjack, which always gotta be in the back of your mind when you're on a Gomo podcast restream with me commentating.
That was a pretty good move.
Especially if you're Rick.
Rick was about to get hit by the I don't know, those green things that do way too much damage. And he jumped in the water to avoid it, and then it went past him, so he was able to sneak past.
Nice. Now you're thinking of portals. Wait, what? Alright, looks like Rascal is actually going to do Uncle and Escape here.
Not a bad play. So, part of the reason why I used to always start at Uncle's house as well, just like Rick, but I moved away from it, and I like to go to Sanctuary first, because I've been burned so many times by there being a key in Sanctuary, or a good item in Sanctuary, and with that key and then an item locked in the back, and yeah, it can just be dirty if you avoid the Sanctuary chest for too long.
By the way, Canis Amaria and Fire Rod in Uncle's area of escape. Just putting that out there.
This is kind of a front-end loaded seed right now.
Yes, very much so.
All the fire sources. Don't need to worry about that. I mean, I think we just need the cape and the boot, and we have all the red items.
So, would you say that this seed is lit so far?
Yes.
Just some bombs from the hobo under the bridge. That's not disorienting or a problem at all.
Right? What's he doing with those bombs?
Yeah.
And Rick will be making his way to Zora and all that fun stuff.
Meanwhile, the map comes out in the front of Escape.
That bunny sprite is so cute. I just love it.
Yep.
I just don't like its head when I'm playing as it.
All right. Big 20 and another big 20. That seems to be rather popular for Waterfall Fairy today. That's the second out of 3 seeds I've seen today where that's happened.
That's Zora's refund.
And it continues with another big 20 on the ledge.
And Rascal setting up a nice death warp.
Yep. Well, he was until he got a health refill.
Well, at least he left this guard alive and he doesn't have to bomb himself 5 times.
True. Still, the worst timed piece of heart ever.
Yeah. And thankfully he only has 5 hearts, or I gave him his 5th hearts, because that could have not been fun. I missed what Zora had. I assume money?
Yeah.
$20 maybe?
Probably. And there's the flute for Rick. And the immediate save and quit.
Interesting save and quit.
That was a thing. Looks like he's actually gonna come do escape too here.
Yeah, see, he was just checking to make sure he didn't have a key back there. And I think his plan was to head here regardless.
Yep. And then he saw the flute and probably did like a nice little sharp intake of breath followed by a...
Yep. A big sigh.
Yep.
Yeah, we did find the key though, so Rascal is continuing on.
Alright, hammers the key rat and gets that key and is moving on to the back now.
So there should be 3 items in here.
Yes, indeed.
And I predict nothing good.
20 rupees, piece of heart, and powder.
Ooh, that is in logic right now.
Oh yeah, it is. We have that hammer. Oh, Rascal realizing, hey, I kind of want to be over in Kakariko. Not realizing he has the flute and could just fluted to 3, regardless.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty early. It's easy to forget something like that.
I wonder if Rascal even realizes that there was a... Oh, okay. Gonna actually go do Death Mountain now. I kind of forgot this was a thing.
I think he pretty much has to at this point.
Yep. I got so excited for the Magic Bat that I forgot that the Death Mountain's been open to us for a while now. But, yeah, interesting little mental mishap there. And at this stage of the tournament, those little mental mishaps can add up, especially when you're playing somebody like, say, the undefeated in this tournament, AdirondackRick. The only time he's even come close to doing anything considered like that could be considered as losing is Rick did not win the buy race.
Did Rick? He's stealing a key right now. He didn't go fight the ball and chain guard. Because he shouldn't have 2 keys at this point.
Oh dear. So
he was banking on there not being a key in the in the cross room, the dark cross. But I mean, there's just a piece of heart in the ball and chain, so he might leave it for a bit, and maybe if it's Aga required, step back there. But
we'll see what he does here. Meanwhile, Rascal continuing across the way to Paradox Cave here. Looks like Rick is going to leave that item and activate his flute. Cane of Verna in the lower part of Paradox here.
And I expect either a glove or Aghanim access in this room, but a glove will make the most sense.
Yeah.
I guess there's still Hera available as well.
Yeah.
And full clearable.
Okay.
Well,
that's none of those things in Paradox Cave.
Nothing. A whole lot of jump caves lately.
Alright, looks like Rascal's going to try and set up for this bomb jump here. Believe he has it. He does.
Rick is checking out what this magic bat's got for us.
Alright. Let's see it. Let's see what the Mad Batter's cooked up for us this time around. Just a little bit of love. And that was a big 20 from the looks of it on Floating Island, so we're not going to be seeing that. Yep, big 20.
Oh, we have the hook shot. Do you think we'll see Hera pot?
Entirely possible. Rick improvising some jams on the flute while he makes his way to the town square to activate it.
Just making sure it works perfectly.
Mm-hmm. All right. Are we going to need the Hera pot? We are not. That is the big key. All right. So Rascal continuing to make his way up Tower of Hera here, while it does look like Rick is going to be not too far behind him coming to Death Mountain.
We're going to need something in here, or both these runners are going to be scratching their heads. Which location do I want to go to next? That is not good. Rascal got beaten up by a mini Moldar.
Oof. The worst kind of feeling. I mean, we haven't seen Eastern or Saha from either runner yet. We haven't seen Nagina's Cave.
Yeah, it's all locations that neither of them really want to go to.
Fair.
I'm sure both of them would be happy if they found their Dark World access.
Well, I'll tell you something Rick isn't happy about. He just got deadrocked.
He couldn't get the double hit on it to push it all the way over. Rascal being a little extra careful in that spot.
Yeah. I mean, can you blame him? And
No.
yeah, he's really not wanting to do this climb again because he waited for that flame to die out. Alright, Rick's going to receive his nothing plus the Cane of Berna here. That's single arrow of destiny. Oh, that's rude, game.
So one item left here in Hera. Are we going to be searching in the basement, or is Moldarm going to give us a nice little present?
Math, to quote my Team Rocket CoCom, I appreciate you. I heard the music. I heard the in-game music stop and thought you might be trying to switch to Rascal, but no. Of course you're playing. Everybody wants to kill those squirrels.
Ooh. Rascal's having a rough time here. And,
yeah. Meanwhile, I think Rascal might want to modify the lyrics to be everybody wants to kill those mold worms.
Right, getting beaten up by the small one and then the big one after is not very much fun.
Oh, I wasn't saying anything about it being bad. I just wasn't expecting it. Much like the Spanish Inquisition. Rascal, meanwhile, takes yet another fall from Moldorm.
Most of people can avoid them, but for you they'll be annoying.
And some rage kind of punches there because Rascal doesn't even have a sword to slash with.
Yeah.
There we go. There is the Moldorm kill.
And we're going to the basement.
Indeed, we are.
As we'll get a little bit of a high five here, maybe.
Just slightly.
On Rick on his way back down.
Okay. So, yep, we are going to get a slight high five here because Rascal is going to come back in and see what that item is.
Yeah, you can't light those torches. You're supposed to fall down them.
So, also, with Rascal's internet seems to have stabilized. Oh, he got caught in baby jail. Rip.
He can throw the cane and keep himself if he wants to do it again, but...
Right. What's playing right now is the Final Fantasy IX MSU pack. I'm trying to remember where this plays, actually.
Oh, Rascal, you're gonna have to be careful.
Oh, he's running out of magic here. Oh, the swerves, the dodges.
That would have been painful.
Alright, does get the magic refill. Actually, I think that might have been intentional. He's setting up a death warp.
Oh.
And, oh, by the way, you know, just the power glove in Hera Basement.
It's a good thing he made it. I guess, yeah, the death warp makes sense, because he still wants to go back to Spiral Cave.
Yep.
Oh. Scratch that. Spike Cave instead.
Oh, that's... Well, no, this... that's spicy. That's spicy. By the way, 5 crystal on Palace of Darkness is what I caught.
I don't think he has enough.
Red-tinted Turtle Rock. Yeah, that's why I was saying that's spicy, because I don't think so either.
I'm pretty sure you need 3 hearts and full magic to make it with Cannon Berna.
Yep. Nope. Not gonna happen. Everybody press F for Rascal. Because he about to die. Oh, he did. Yeah, and he realizes and takes the save and quit instead of the death animation.
Those 2 extra hearts would have probably been enough.
Yeah.
But he got no luck with the bushes. But here we go. We're going to Hype Cave. Getting some Dark World access.
The location sometimes known as Hype Cave, at least.
It still was hype to me.
It's still hype to me, damn it! Oh. Rascal attempted to do Spike Cave, yes. But did not quite get there. Got all the way to the stone, out of magic, and the next damage tick would have killed him. So, yeah. Not quite enough there.
Hype Cave having 10 arrows, 20 bucks, a heart piece, 50 bucks.
And, oh, bottle.
Our first bottle.
Oh, hold on. Did Rick just do Death Warp? Yeah, okay. Oh, no, he didn't! He got caught by the mini boulder himself. Oh.
Oh.
Yeah, we have not seen Spiral Cave from either of our runners. I would assume we're going to see it from Rick here, after he does this. But, we shall see what he decides to do here. Stumpy's just like, hey, have some arrows I made out of the tree stump I'm about to become a tree on top of.
Before I'll haunt your dreams forever. How many digs? I'm gonna say 7.
I'm gonna say 13. Or 4 for for another sword.
Rascal, I think maybe trying to dig up some magic.
Yeah, I would assume so.
He's got lots of money.
Okay, Rick now actually does a death warp after getting those gloves. And Rascal now returning to the old man before floating away. Gonna see what that sick kid has to offer for that bottle. We're gonna see Spiral Cave from Rick. At least he has the hook shot to deal with these guys from a distance.
Yeah, which would be nice when you're running around at 2 hearts.
Oh, hello. Yeah. Alright. Meanwhile, it looks like Rascal is also going to go ahead and avail himself of the Kakariko portal and head to the Village of Outcasts. Just a big 20 in Spiral Cave.
Well, since he did find that sword from the digging game, Skull Woods is completable, but he's pretty low on equipment.
Yep.
Yeah, he'll be going to Village of Outcasts first.
Yeah, we've seen the perils of trying to do low health, low magic Mothula already in this, just very recently in this tournament, actually.
I think this is a good play. A little bit easier to go into Thieves Town, and you're going to be doing both of them anyways.
Yep. Poor Sinan. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that was hard. That was hard to watch.
At any rate, we got Rick heading into what we know to be a pretty lousy hype cave.
Hey, it's got a bottle with red goo.
Oh, there's the flippers.
It's no flippers.
Yeah. I mean, well, okay, yeah, they give us access to Swamp. Never mind. I was about to say, not that we really need them for much, because Ice is a pendant, and we've already seen the fake flipper checks. But then I remembered Swamp is a crystal, and we do kind of need that. Mirror!
Just a mirror away.
Quiz Bowl, how recently? Last night. Or wait. Yeah, last night.
Alright, we're actually not that far away from Go Mode. Potential medallion, Titan's Mitts, and bow?
Ice Rod.
Oh, Ice Rod, right. Forgot about Turtle Rock.
I mean, it's better than forgetting about Dre.
Never forget about Dre.
All right, Pyramid Ledge coming up here. Big 20. Both of our runners did beat Moldorm, right?
They both beat Moldorm as far as I know.
Yeah, just checking because that's not marked on either of the trackers. I mean, I know Moldorm trolled the heck out of Rascal, but I didn't think it was quite that bad.
You know, actually, I don't remember Rick being in the fight. Like, was that where his death was, and then he just went to the bottom and never went back
No,
up?
his first death was at the door to the chest, the basement chest.
Oh.
Because he got owned by a mini Moldorm.
Yes.
No worries, Tumbletalk. You're doing great, buddy. And that sounded a lot more facetious than I actually meant it. You actually are doing a great job. I've personally tried tracked for 2 people at once. It is not easy.
Rick trying to go for the out of the way plays a little bit early and not getting anything from either of them.
Meanwhile, Rascal continuing
Actually,
to make his way through Thieves Town.
Because he did that, he also didn't get his sword from Digging Game.
Ooh. Math, you're not helping. We're trying to bolster our tracker over here, and you're just like, yeah, well, look at all these plates I spun at the same time. What the hell is wrong with you?
What? You can't just do 2 people tracking? Ever tracked a 16-person race before?
My mind just went straight to airplane. You ever seen a grown man naked?
She doubled me. Like, I say 16%? No, it was actually 32. But you gotta get your facts straight here.
Pardon me, I speak jive.
Well, Rick's given us our Skull Woods play. Unfortunately, won't be able to make it all the way to the back, but
There's the big key.
He will get this first little bit cleared out.
Well, again, in earlier action today, we did see Skull Woods have flute in the big chest, so... Granted, not going to happen here exactly because we already have that flute, but definitely potential for some shenanigans here. All right. Oh, hey, by the way, okay, red potion. That's right. I forgot Rascal had that. Like, by the way, Rascal is just hanging in there with a 1.5 heart green male blind fight.
He would have been okay, but he accidentally let his sword do a spin attack there and wasn't able to recover in time to hit blind to keep him on script.
So, not really anything of note in Thieves.
Except for the mirror.
Oh, the mirror. Duh. Sorry.
That was pretty good.
Yeah, that was a pretty good item right there. Yep.
Well, if I was to guess right now, I would say Titan's Mitts are hanging out in Swamp Palace.
I was actually about to say kind of the opposite of what Math just said about the Final Fantasy IX MSU. I feel like it gets a little bit too chill for this game at times. Like, case in point, the music we're hearing right now. Versus what is usually the Dark World Overworld theme.
Hello, high five.
I mean, I like the boss music picks for the most part.
Well, I mean, Final Fantasy always has good boss music.
Yep. Math, however, being in control of the audio cables, decides to go back to the regular music with a AdirondackRick.
I can't remember how many items we found in the front half of Skull Woods.
I
guess we're probably gonna see. Well, we'll see the back end first.
Well, I mean, we were a little busy floating airplane at each other to pay attention. Because we're just hashtag professional.
Our tracker is telling us we got the heart piece in the shovel, so
yeah, that'd be 2 out of 2.
Yeah, so Rascal will lose a little bit of time most likely checking the bottom chest here, but not a big deal. He's got the mirror.
Well, he's also going to be able to clear Skull Woods here, whereas Rick is it isn't going to, because he still has not found his first sword.
But on the bright side, Rick is going to be able to come back here when he is fully equipped. Having both items out, not a 5/6 crystal, this will probably be one of his last dungeons before heading up the mountain.
Right.
Rick getting his mirror.
Yep. Gonna love to see that. For a second there, I thought Rascal had just gotten wall mastered.
Oh, he's got to hit that Gibdo on the spike some more. There we go.
There we are.
Gibdos take damages from spikes. This boss does not.
Yeah. This boss hits a spike and is just like, I'm perfectly fine and healed from the damage you just did to put me into this spike, because Link to the Past is a very well-coded video game.
Well, this makes sense. If he took damages from the spikes, this would probably be one of the worst, or easiest bosses in the game.
Yeah.
He should pull out that hammer.
Yeah, and that's the other thing that kind of killed Sinan the other night, was forgetting the hammer existed. To be fair, us on comms forgot about it too.
Yeah. It's tough to hit him with it, especially if you're trying to hit upwards, because hitting up with the hammer just sucks.
Yep.
Oh, no. There's our second item.
The bug catching net off of the giant moth. That's some irony for you.
But with only 4 hits with that hammer, he goes down pretty quickly. So I just try and get off to the side and smash his wings with my hammer.
Yep.
Sinan had a rough fight against Mothula yesterday.
Yeah.
Or multiple fights. And also getting hit by something while fake flip braining, going through a portal, and soft locking his game.
Yeah. Just about everything that could go wrong for Sinan last night went wrong.
Yeah. Not his night, unfortunately. Great run through the tournament, though.
Yeah. Okay, so we're just kind of seeing some traversal here by both runners. Repeat checks from Rick, because we've already seen Thieves Town from Rascal. So now would be as good a time as any to remind you that you're watching this Challenge Cup race on the Go Mode Podcast Twitch. Don't forget to check out the podcast itself at gomodepodcast.com or wherever your podcasts are distributed at. There's also the Discord with a good community of people and the bi-weekly seed to tide you over. If you're enjoying the action so far, don't forget to follow our runners and for their efforts. And don't forget to follow our restream team, including our restreamer Math Girl, our tracker Tomaltalk, and our commentators, myself, and He's Just a Boy. That all being said, they're still doing repeat stuff. Well.
Sinan will be out of here right away. I mean, Rascal will be out of here right away. And we probably get some new checks. If I was to guess, I would imagine Rascal will head over to Graveyard Ledge and maybe go over to King Zora after.
Yeah.
Like the catfish King Zora play.
Yeah, could in fact see that, indeed.
And of course, Bumper Ledge, or not. Doesn't even want to take a look at it.
That's a bold move, Cotton. Let's see if it works out for him.
That's always so dangerous when you're like, I could know, I have the information, and to not look.
I would also like to point out, I am pretty sure we still have yet to see what's on Lumberjack Ledge.
I think you're right. I don't think we have seen Lumberjack.
Yeah, and I will just go ahead and point out that I know for a fact Rick knows better. Oh, Titan's Mitts on Graveyard
Ooh.
Ledge.
Great find. I don't think Rick will end up going that way. I think he's going to walk the south side down because of leaving the digging game and Cave 45 and Stumpy. He'll probably work his way back down into Swamp Palace next.
Yeah. Yeah, it could be a while before he comes back up here, so this could get interesting.
That was a great fight from Rick for no sword and his current equipment.
So the sword is on dig game after 4 dig, and then our master sword is sitting on the library bookshelf waiting for our runners to find.
Rascal's going to pick up his bombs here from Quakefish and then do the Zora checks with all of his 20 rupees.
Yep. Gonna be real happy to see that.
Yeah, this is going to hurt Rick a little bit. Unfortunately, it's going to be a little bit before he gets back to Graveyard Ledge.
Yep.
That location is extremely isolated for him, having already checked Catfish and all that stuff over there. He might actually last location it.
Ugh. And if that's the case, then Rascal is going to find himself in the driver's seat in this seat in a big way. But, you know, stranger things have happened in Rando, so...
It's true. All you need is something to be, like boots. Boots might be all he needs to get back over there.
Yeah.
I mean, we all need boots, but
Yep.
he would really like them.
Yes, he would.
His boots would incentivize him to check King's Tomb as well.
Oro, I believe Rick has already done Hype Cave.
Rick has done Hype Cave. Rick did the Hype Cave up to the pyramid and to Catfish. He's gonna have to dodge. Yeah, he's gonna have to dodge it.
Blue mail!
Yeah, nice armor upgrade.
Is he gonna... Okay. For a second, I thought he was prepping to leave the blue mail there, and I'm like, whoa! That's some stones. And, yep, I think this might be the Swamp Palace play.
Yep. I think Rascal's looking to make a little... Oh, no, he hasn't done this yet, right? Because he just did Zora from the top.
Mm-hmm.
I thought he was going to go to Ice Palace already. With Pendant Ice. I was like, that's a interesting look.
Yeah. Very interesting look with 7 hearts and green mail and fighter sword.
Yeah.
Good gracious. Alright, into swamp we go for Rick.
I wonder where Rascal's going to head.
Well, he's heading to 4, so... And equipping the hammer, so I think he might be heading to swamp too.
Yeah, I think he wants a piece of Swamp Palace as well.
Alright, so for Rick here, he's hoping to see something that's going to put him... well, we're hoping to see something that puts him back on track to go up to Graveyard Ledge and get those Titans. Which, at this point, would kind of have to be the boots.
Yeah, I think the boots would be the biggest thing to send him back in that direction. Or just finding nothing in here. Like, nothing could easily send him back there as well. Or to Pod. But...
Yeah. Yeah, we need, at this point, we're still looking for the bow, we're still looking for the ice rod, we're looking for whatever medallions we need to get into Misery Mire and Turtle Rock. And
I guess that sword might be also a little bit to send him back to Skull Woods, knowing that there is an item still back there. Because I'll take
True.
back my initial statement.
That's a valid point. He's got to know that oh hey, I have a sword, I can go back to Skull Woods now. All right. Nothing as of yet in Swamp, but it's very, very early still in the dungeon. Just that bombable wall chest, really, as far as life locations.
Swamp takes a little bit of time before it starts to unfold for you.
Okay. So the compass room here being traversed by Rick. That's a little piece of love. Think we see a left side skip, or do you think we do left side?
Skip left side for now.
Yep, and that is exactly what Rick does.
Or my mentality when I'm not in tournament races is, I didn't know Swamp had a left side.
Alright. So statue placed, and Rick is continuing the journey back. Gonna drain this water here and continue on his way.
Yeah, we're gonna get 2 more checks coming up. Still no map or compass, so this is looking good.
Big key, 20 rupees.
Well, we know something will be left behind if he doesn't go back, but he will almost certainly go back.
And to fully answer the question in chat, Titans are on Graveyard Ledge. Okay.
This is it's gonna be interesting. Both these runners are gonna have pretty poor equipment for this fight. We're either gonna see some menuing strats or some double fighter sword spins, but execution is gonna save a little bit of time. So let's see who can do this a little better.
We were talking about Final Fantasy music earlier, so it's only fitting that we have the turn-based Argus fight.
Right? That's awesome. All right, Rick's giving us the menu, and opting to just do single pulls right now.
Yeah, I've tried to do double pulls a few times, and I always find myself getting too nervous and running into things and taking unnecessary damage. So I just prefer to do singles if I have to do the menu-based fight. Doing good so far.
If I was to just do singles, I would probably do the... Well, no. The fighter sword charge still kind of sucks with that.
Alright.
Oh, we're getting some double fighter sword spins here with Rascal.
Oh! Shiny.
Nope, you can't swing at him. The fighter sword sucks.
Uh-oh. Okay,
Only
there's the
spins.
spin. Wow, that puff there has been trying to get back to Argus for ages, and almost had it, and then Rascal caught up to him.
Rascal getting a little unlucky there.
And Rick gonna have to hammer the, Argus. There we go. Big 20.
Oh, well, both of these guys having a little bit of trouble here, but we got 2 items left in Swamp Palace.
Alright. So I would assume we're gonna see at least one of these runners come immediately back in. Yep.
Rascal is having a little bit of trouble here.
Fire Rod strats running low on magic. Out of magic.
I'm not sure how many hits this takes with the fighter sword, but
Way too many.
I think 6, or maybe it's 12 hits. And since he already hit him twice, it'll be 6 or
There we
4.
go.
Okay.
All right.
Well, I
So
don't
that
think either
is
of these guys
Rascal's
enjoyed
growth
that.
crystal. No. There's our Quake medallion.
All right, that's gonna be interesting.
Yep. So that is our first medallion of the seed, and it could be one we need to get into either Mire or Turtle Rock, both of which are crystals. Good use of the hook shot to speed across that gap there for Rick. Gonna use bomb strats to flip that switch from the inside there.
Yeah, because oh,
Oh, okay.
Rick's just enjoying the scenery in the room a little bit.
Ah,
Rascal gets that quake and he leaves. He's leaving one item behind. Rascal probably just feels like he's got to make some good plays. With
Yeah.
Rick being undefeated in this tournament, he's definitely a force to be reckoned with.
yeah. And the interesting part about it is Rascal currently has a 1 crystal advantage. So he's actually ahead right now. I mean, he has no way of knowing that, but he is actually ahead right now.
All things considered, yeah, he definitely has the advantage especially with the Titans mitts. And I think he needs to put those Titans mitts to use right away and go see what's up Death Mountain.
Yeah, I concur. Meanwhile, left side swamp for Rick. Compass. And what is this last item going to be? Fire shield. Not quite what Rick was looking for.
Oh, the debate. Misery Mire. Check this one first. Good call.
Some easy to get to checks in this area. A bit less of a trek than Dark Death Mountain.
And potentially completable. Nope.
Nope. Either for Misery Mire itself. Of course, Mire Shed might just have to have the key left under the doormat for us here.
It would be typical of Mire.
Big 20 and bombs. So not quite.
It's still got a few tricky spots. Sometimes you gotta not just go underneath the mat, but you gotta move the pot over to the side.
Yeah.
And check there too.
All right, so there's the checkerboard cave check incoming from Rascal, and it looks like Rick is gonna do pod and Eastern here. Rascal, meanwhile, a bit sick of the low heart situation, gonna go ahead and take the time to grab that full heart container out of checkerboard cave.
I'm pretty sure after this pod Eastern play, I don't think Rick has anything else left to check other than Graveyard Ledge. He will have. He has Spike Cave as well.
And he will also have the back of Skull Woods from his perspective.
Right.
All right, let's see what Saha has in his closet today. That is half magic. 50 rupees and another bottle. Not bad.
Not bad at all. I'm sure he would have liked that earlier, but you'll take it now.
Yep, absolutely.
Half magic is always a nice find.
I am kind of curious to see if the game intends you to grab the sword off of Library Ledge.
He did not grab Kiki when he went through his portal because he was still in invincibility frames.
Oops. And it looks like Rascal is going to be not too far behind Rick here in doing pod/Eastern. Granted, Rascal kind of in the same situation Rick is, as running low on places to check besides Death Mountain.
Well, he could do desert. He can do Death Mountain. He's got a lot of options available. I'm surprised to see him dip into a pod without a bow with having Death Mountain open.
Good.
I mean, even the potential you could go into Turtle Rock if it's Quake.
Very true.
And we know that Turtle Rock likes to hold the bow.
This is also true. Yep.
But for Rascal, I mean, from our perspective, this is actually a great play from Rascal. He's not going to get... He can't fall behind doing this, because Rick is doing it as well. And he's already has an edge. So both will have to double dip this regardless, unless they find a bow. Rick, on the other hand, will probably mirror and check Eastern as well, where Rascal might not.
Right. Okay. Rascal just hot on Rick's heels right now. Rick is leaving rooms just as Rascal is entering them.
Rascal's like, come back!
There's the high five. Alright.
And yeah, they both have potions, so we'll both be seeing the door glitch.
Yeah, I was about to say, we're probably going to be seeing dual stereo potion camera unlocks here.
No, Rick decides he's going to stay in logic right now.
Interesting.
Oh,
or
no. Did he not have... He didn't have a bomb to blow up the door.
Oh, yeah, that would be necessary, yes. And away go the mimics, and open comes the door for Rascal. Alright, just a little piece of love in that chest there. Near out for Rascal. I don't quite know why, come to think of it.
I like to mirror there actually in this situation with his item equipment, because it'll reset the blocks as well, so you don't have to do like shenanigans. You don't have the boots to bounce back over.
Okay.
There's a lot of weird little things. Like he didn't need to hit the switch again.
Resetting the...
Yeah, like the room is already set up for you. You should have just been able to walk through, but he had a little bit of a...
I got that part, but then I was wondering why he left and came back after reflipping the switch, and I realized he was getting the enemies out of his way.
Yeah, because they were on the other side of the block there.
Okay. Map there in that chest. U-shaped hallway with the big key.
And this has to be a small key.
Yep. Okay. And Rascal, actually, is it? Yeah, actually, though. Is Harmless Hellway gonna just have a key in it?
Harmless Hellway just has a key, yes.
Okay.
If you've opened up all of the chests in Palace of Darkness, at that point, and you have 2 keys, Harmless Hellway will always have a key. You need to have 3 keys.
Well, Palace of Darkness is a big old bust.
Yep.
So what now for our runners?
Yeah.
Rascal gonna flute out.
As I thought, he'll go up to Death Mountain.
Yep, there he is.
Probably wishes he did this before Pod.
Probably, yeah. There is a small chance that Rick finds, say, Bo here in Eastern.
And that's what he needs, actually.
Yeah, that's going to be the equalizer Rick's looking for at this point.
Or the ice rod, something like that. He needs to find something in here at this moment to give himself a little bit of a boost back into the seat.
Big key, not quite it. Seed started off front-loaded. It's starting to show its fangs, though.
Yeah, it's really slowed down.
Because we're going to need ether, we're going to need ice rod, we need a bow.
Bedrock's not playing nice today.
No, they are not. We may still need those boots to have anything stronger than a fighter sword. Yet again, vanilla medallion requirements. Is this even randomized?
Well, I would totally expect him to be jumping in there after he checks Hookshot Cave and Super Bunny Cave.
Alright, Eastern still nothing doing so far. All 3 dungeon items in the easy-to-get-to chests here. So we're going to be seeing an item on the big chest here. Just a little piece of love.
Just the courteous, thanks for stopping by our dungeon. have a heart.
All right. So what's the vanilla big key chest gonna hold?
Wow,
As
Rascal's
Rascal.
giving us, some Hookshot Cave.
Yep. Bombs! 20 rupees. 40 rupees. And Master Sword.
Well, that's a nice find.
Indeed it is. Not so nice 10 arrows.
Oh, Rascal is not forgetting about Spiral Cave. But that might keep him out of Turtle Rock. He might not want to come back up.
Yeah, we'll see what he decides to do here. Meanwhile, Rick availing himself of the old man's services for the refill.
Yeah, Rick will be checking Spike Cave and then heading over to Moth and then picking up his Titan's Mitts. I'm probably going to be giving another deep sigh. Yeah, Rascal's out of here. He's leaving Turtle Rock behind. I personally don't agree with it, but let's see where he goes.
Yep.
Looks like we're gonna get some Smith's chain stuff instead.
Interesting. All right. So Rascal attempted to do this earlier with not quite enough health by the slimmest of margins. Half magic here. Rick should be able to do this just fine.
No problems. Rick could probably do a lap all the way back as well.
10 arrows. Not quite what we're looking for. Oh gosh. Umaga's asleep. Play Where's the Bow.
Yeah. He's gone. We can do it. All right, some really slow hammer bags.
Yep.
Oh,
Just
right.
over it.
I forgot about this check.
Oh, yeah, again.
I'm terrible for leaving this.
You're not the only one. Just big 20 on hammer pegs.
I mean, Math Girl, I'm not the restreamer. I don't have to face those consequences.
You do have to face what sounds like one very pissed off cat, though.
That is my cat. He's got to make an appearance every time I'm on comms.
Yep. Oh,
Ooh.
Book of Medora from the from Breadsmiths there.
Not exactly a good time to pick up the book when you've already been to Hera, you've already been to Swamp Palace,
Yep.
and you have access to the desert.
Yeah.
And it sounds like boing boing. The seed is rolling and it takes
All right, so just a little piece of love from the Magic Bat for Rascal. We already knew that because Rick did Powder ages ago. Whoops. Oh, speaking of things that were done ages ago, Rick is finally going back to that ball and chain card he skipped earlier. He's really not going to like what he sees here.
Rick is unfortunately going to keep me honest with he will last location those Titans myths. Actually, I don't think he will have any options left.
All right, so what's going to be in the purple chest here from Gary? The
Ooh.
Ice Rod! Oh no!
All right, he's going back to Turtle Rock.
Yeah.
Grab some potions first, and then he's making his way up there, guaranteed.
It's funny how Swamp Palace.
Sorry, every time I hear the cat now, I'm just like...
When you go for clearing, it's garbage wall to wall.
I have Bengal cats, and they like to talk.
Yes, I can hear that.
In fact, the funniest part is the one that talks the most isn't even the one screaming. She's probably sleeping somewhere.
Where's the bow? I can't even tell you why. Where's the bow? Where's the bow?
He's singing, okay?
Let me sing you the song of my people. Oh boy. So, dog do.
The bow is most definitely in Turtle Rock.
God damn it, Nightbot. Actually,
I am a huge fan of Bengals. I got one, and I ended up getting 3 of them after because they are just so much fun. They're almost like dogs. They just love to play all the time.
Time to go to Ganon's Tower fast. One last roll from this filthy seed.
okay. Anyway, yeah,
Quality,
this is
quality music from Bob.
Yep. The incredibly niche acapella song parodies relating to Zelda randomizers, because he does have one that is does have a couple that are not Link to the Past rando. All right.
That's right. I saw him playing some Ocarina of Time rando. I think that's a little over my head.
This is best out of 3, or best of 3 series, where Woo Bear. I mean, it is technically a single elimination in that if you lose a series, you're done, but it is best of 3 series. Alright, looks like Rick is gonna be doing the needful here. He is gonna get those Titans Smiths. Because he
Not
has
quite
literally
last
no other
location,
option.
though. He still has Skullwoods.
True.
Yeah, not a happy check here, but this is what he needs to get back in it. Unfortunately, having that ice rod also in a not favorable location is not good.
Yep. Oh, speaking of not good, that chain chomp just ruined Rascal's day there.
Oh, I thought that block would be okay, but no.
Okay, Rascal's gonna have to be careful now.
Yeah. He should just put on his cane and do it that way. But that works too.
Okay. So, Rascal making his way through Turtle Rock here. We are looking for Bo, and we are looking for Ether at this point. So we shall see what happens as this seed continues. I again feel the need to point out I think neither of our runners has checked Lumberjack. Granted, neither of our runners has the boots. That's a vanilla big key in Turtle Rock. Oof. Oofta.
And Rick's gonna give us some new items at the same time, or new locations.
Alright, that is a compass on the torch, so we don't need boots for anything in Eastern. Or, excuse me, Desert.
Yeah, so our locations won't be quick. We'll extend them out a little bit more. And hopefully something comes up in here.
Yeah, I think Rick really at this point needs something to be in deep in a pendant dungeon.
There's only one of those left after this.
Yeah. Oh god, vanilla boots. Oh god. I think I just threw up in my mouth a little bit. All right. Nice Mimic Cave for Rascal. And Fire Shield. Little piece of love, or full heart container there in the big chest of Eastern. Oh, Rick. Okay. That was just a stream hiccup there. I thought for a second he was standing there thinking about it.
I mean, we could have the Ether Medallion on pedestal. Or the bow. Or no, not the bow. Well, I mean, it could be a bow, I guess. But...
I'm sorry, Math? I'm not sure who the you you're referring to is, but I'll go ahead and apologize, I guess. All right.
Oh, to mulch. Mentioned boots on green pendant. I guess so did Westside Vandal, but you did that only because of to mulch.
I mean, I'm the one that vocalized it, so.
Doesn't mean you could steal his credit.
Yeah. Well, no, that's not what I was trying to say. I was more going. I'm not sure. I don't think Math would choke on water just from reading something. I mean, she's special. She's not that special. And I'm officially fired. By the way, Ether and Cape on Laser Bridge.
Don't use a potion. It's not worth it. Okay, use a potion.
And 10 arrows.
Oh, make good work of
Oh.
that potion and beat up that beetle.
This is spicy by Rascal, I think, a little bit here. Unless he has another magic refill in one of those in his other bottle. He is not taking the safety.
There's a magic potion right here.
Right, but we're still talking a Master Sword Trinex fight here. It can be a little dicey, even with half magic.
I think with half magic, he should be okay.
I let you on constantly. This is the things I get. I mean... to paraphrase Stephen Lynch, we're all a little bit special.
Alright, he's got one head down, half his magic to go. And a third of his magic to go.
Yeah. And this is why I was like, I'm not sure about this one, Chief.
He should have used his hammer there.
Oh god, if I commentator's curse this, I'm gonna be so...
Okay.
That's an exploding head. We're fine. Everything's fine, chat. Everybody shut the front door. I got this.
Okay, well this is good for Rick. He's gonna check the dwarf and smiths out before he'll go up to death.
Alright.
And we just need that bow. So, I mean, it's looking more and more like we're gonna have to make a dip over to either Mire or Ice Palace.
Okay, then. We're gonna mop up Mothula here. Yeah, we're in bow mode. Yikes. Oh, Rascal gonna head over to the ether tablet here.
Good call. I kind of actually forgot about it. Even though
I did too until I realized he was walking over to the left, and I'm like, "Where are you go?"
Oh, he's also he wants redemption on that spike cave as well.
That's also a good point. All right, ether tablet. Just a little piece of love.
Rick didn't turn in that green pendant, did he?
I did not see it, no.
Alright, Fighter Sword Mothula, but half magic.
Tracker says he did.
Okay.
So... just a big 20. Okay.
And that's why we have trackers. Thank you for your hard work.
Rick really wishing Mothula would just get down from there.
Yeah. Rick going for a little bit of a brute force technique here. Oh, he just has a bee!
Problem. Oh boy! Beast rats, let's go!
He actually should release the bee right now. It would actually be his benefit. It would lag the room even more, which would help his game. Let's go, Rick!
Oh, buddy! Rick,
you're out.
Okay.
You're out.
Gosh.
I think he's one hammer shot away.
Oh,
yeah,
God.
use the bee.
Oh,
use the bee.
Oh god, beast rats.
Oh no!
Oh god.
I thought the bee strats was gonna do it for him.
That was almost legendary.
It would have been pretty clutch if he was one shot away and the bee got him, but we'll never know. Ooh. Rick is going to need another magic little potion. Whatever those containers are. Oh.
Oh, wall
no.
mastered. Oh boy. Oh dear.
And Rascal's given us some Misery Mire.
It is. There's Bombos.
Yeah. Not that we needed any more medallions.
Yeah, but that does eliminate one item out of the pool in Misery Mire.
Oh, the same spot! Oh no!
Rick, please.
I
Thank you, buddy.
I bet he's just pulling out the fire rod. Well, he needs a health refill. He should almost just die at this point, unless he's just doing this for magic. But he keeps lighting the torch, so he can't be.
Yeah.
I guess he's still got powder. He can powder the anti-fairy in the next room.
Yeah, that's some tricky timing on that one, though, so...
It is. That mini Moldorm always gets in the way.
He's going for it, though. You Moldorm RNG, good.
Ooh,
Very good.
Alright. Round 2. Let's go.
Indeed.
And
Compass
a compass.
for Rascal there. One item still on the loose in Misery Mire here. Also, I think the big key is still large.
The moth is ready to fight this time.
Moth's getting right up in his grill.
Yeah, the moth is
Speaking of
like...
grill, fire rod shots takes Mothula down.
And he gives you the net in case you need to catch a bug.
Yep.
Like a moth.
Yeah. I pointed that out earlier, and everybody no-sold it. I'm not bitter. Why would you say that?
Sometimes things go over my head.
Alrighty. So Rick portaling to Light World and fluting out.
Yeah, he's checking Death Mountain.
Death Mountain, yeah.
Well, I mean, maybe he won't go into Turtle Rock either, but I know I would have.
Really not gonna like what he sees if he does.
Well, he'll get the Ether Medallion, which, I mean, is just gonna pull him into mire for another goose.
Speaking of not liking what you're seeing, Rascal just found the second item in Misery Mire, and it was just a full heart container.
So, besides Ice Palace, what do we have left? I feel pretty confident we've checked the entire overworld except for Bombos.
I think we've seen Bombos.
Yeah, Bombos and Pedestal.
And Lumberjack Ledge.
And Lumberjack Ledge.
Oh boy. If Rick gets trolled by an item on Lumberjack Ledge again,
I mean, it's... Oh, hey. We're getting some bootsless spooky action glitch.
nice. Rick going into hook shot here. Gonna be receiving his Master Sword.
Nicely done on the second room of spooky.
Mm-hmm. And now the moment of truth. Does Rick head for Turtle?
Oh.
Nope, he's gonna do Super Bunny first.
Yeah, getting hit by that anti-fairy screwed up his timing, and I don't think he can hit that anymore with with spooky action. Yeah, just hit the pot the vanilla way.
All right. So now, moment of truth for Rick. Judging by the fact that he's not immediately saving and quitting, I think he's going to go into Turtle Rock here.
Yeah, I would have to agree with that. And we're getting Master Sword Vidi with no bow.
Ew.
Yeah. Cape and Half Magic is making this first part go by nicely, though.
Mm-hmm. We
Maybe.
also see hammer strats on the main eyeball.
Yeah, I wouldn't put it past him.
Looks
You
like
just
he's
kinda-
going to play it slow and safe, though, and use the Master Sword.
Yeah, it's the same strat for the most part. He's using spin attack, so it does the same amount of damage. But you just kind of want to try and trap him in a corner and keep poking his eyeball.
Alrighty. Alright, so only Ice Palace remains here, insofar as a high density check, I guess is how I would put it.
One bow on lumberjack, one bow on pedestal. You need to have the boots somewhere available,
Yep.
but pick your poison.
Boots on cold stare? Question mark.
I mean, Rick almost wants it to be a ped seat at this point.
Yep.
From our point of view, having
Yep.
already at least cleared desert and the majority of eastern.
Absolutely. Suicide strats for Agina's Cave from Rascal. Oh, okay. For a second there, I was like, Rick doesn't have a key. How the hell did that happen?
Ooh. Those chain chops came a little close to comfort there.
Yep.
Looks like Rascal's gonna give us some desert.
Okay. Put him on par with Rick, at least, as far as stuff cleared. Pendant stuff cleared. Actually, no, it wouldn't, because Rascal hasn't done Eastern yet. Never mind. Disregard.
If Rascal was going to Meridia, you'd be needing to play a different game.
Now, this is just a Link to the Past randomized challenge cup. We are not running combo randomizer at this juncture.
And thankfully, Super Metroid is so hard. Like to try and speedrun that game it's very challenging. It's highly impressive watching anyone run through it.
Also, if you think I'm bad on commentary now, I don't know anything about Super Metroid. All the Super Metroid sections would just be me vamping to fill dead air.
I know my fair share at least. Metroid games are actually what got me into speedrunning. And Zelda, just like A Link to the Past, just happened to be my favorite game of all time. So the transition worked out pretty nicely. Rick getting his big shield.
Riot Shield. Yep.
Something Rascal won't get unless he feels like maybe I left Bo in left side swamp in that one chest.
Yep.
Which very well could come up. He maybe might even do that before Ice Palace, but I doubt it.
Yeah, Rick really needs this to be a pedestal seat, and he really needs to go and do Smith's Chain at this point. As Rascal makes his way back to the Landmolus fight here. Rick, it's going to be at 1.5 hearts through the Dark Platform maze, so hopefully he can time this out a bit. Or equips the hookshot to be able to do some firebar skips.
He'll get hit by this one firebar coming up, or not. And then could pick up some potion or some health.
Yep. There it is.
He'll get hit again. Nope.
Nope.
Good job with the hookshot.
Yep.
That first hookshot ruined the timing. Otherwise, you would get past that second firebar as well.
Oh dear. Well, good thing he picked up those hearts because he just lost them. That mini Helmassar was not taking any of Rick's nonsense.
So, I really hope Rick points his shield. Okay.
Yep.
Instead of getting cocky.
Oh no!
Oh, that hurts.
Not that far of a walk back, but that's still a walk of shame you really don't want to take.
Well, he got the most important item from Laser Bridge. Does that count?
True. I mean, it's the truth. Right, Rascal now gonna go try his hand at Eastern Palace.
Nobo, not yet. It's an ice palace.
Well, probably. Yes.
I don't know for sure, but it's an ice palace.
Yeah.
Even though you
I'm
can
not
quote me
saying it's Ice Palace, but it's Ice Palace.
You can quote me earlier saying it was in Turtle Rock, and well, it didn't happen to be there either. So my word's only so good.
Or it could be something as dumb as boots on Cold Stare and bow on like Bonk Crocs or King's Doom.
Ooh.
Yeah, I went there. Rick. Okay. If I were in Rick's situation there, I would have very strongly considered taking the safety valve for the hell of it. Just in case.
All right. Where does Rick go from here? Most likely to Misery Mire.
Yep. And again, even though this is going to be a crystal clear for him, he's not going to be happy with what he does not find in this location. Okay. Rascal, meanwhile, about to receive the bad news that Eastern is dud.
You know, this seed's really tested these runners so far. Every boss fight has been rather difficult.
Yeah, the runner's just not having a good time on boss fight execution.
Not even the chance to have like a good, easy fight against any of his bosses. It's kind of given him not the greatest equipment. Everything's been a challenge, and Rick's about to come up to his next one of Master Sword Vitreous.
Rascal, meanwhile, can't quite get the chest to spawn, gets it, finds the ammunition for the thing he really wants to see, and nopes immediately out.
Oh.
I agree.
Yeah.
The price of tea in China these days is ridiculous. Alright. free sample to refill the health, and then a refill of blue potions. Bombos
sure.
acquired for Rick.
And here's Ice Palace for Rascal.
All right. Comes down to this. We'll see if we find Bo here. Rascal's going to be in go mode. If we find Boots, we're going to be literally off to the races. Rando giveth and Rando taketh away. Good God.
So, have you tested out this new glitch in Ice Palace, the Icebreaker?
I have not personally tested it out. I did see somebody make a bit of an interesting argument about keeping it banned in competitive play because it's very, very similar to mirror clipping into Turtle Rock, which is banned.
Yeah, so the more and more things that I've seen people kind of start to uncover and do with this Canis Maria in the door action, I foresee it being banned just because it's going to open up quite the can of worms.
Yep.
But on that note, I also think Harapot should be banned as well.
Interesting conversation being had. Oh. Okay, I don't know how Rascal managed to do that. I thought he was going to flip the pegs to the wrong side again. But got her done.
Yeah, I've seen other door stuff with the Canis Maria where you like lift it up over your head and use it to clip out to like Aga 2 or just to get out of the bounds or whatever. I haven't experienced major glitches stuff myself, but I tried out the Icebreaker. It's pretty easy.
Nicely done by Rascal on that bomb jump.
Mm-hmm.
Jiggly, Rascal is in Ice Palace because we're still trying to find that bow. And it's pretty much literally the last location we have available to us.
Does it mean if he finds it in Ice Palace, it comes with ice arrows?
Oh god, mushroom.
It continues.
So, boots on Witch's Hut? Question mark?
I totally agree with what you're saying, Math Girl. But yes, those boots are anything. I mean, do we have any other fetch quests? No, not really.
Nope.
There's the
never
bow.
mind. There's the bow. And at 1 hour 37 minutes even, Rascal is in Go Mode. Brought to you by the Go Mode Podcast, available at GoModePodcast.com or wherever podcasts are distributed.
And hopefully
with
these
that
guys...
and obvious plug out of the way.
Hopefully they find another sword, or we're gonna have a long Ganon fight ahead of us.
Ooh, that's a good point. And there's also that 1 in 22 possibility of that
That's true.
Ganstar Big E being on the torch. And unless something big happens here, this is looking like it could be Rick's first loss in a singles match in this tournament.
Yeah. He's not out of it yet, but it's highly unlikely. He's got quite the hill to climb.
Yep. He would pretty much have to go directly to Purple Chest, grab Ice Rod, immediately go to Ice, and even then he still has to go climb all the way back up Death Mountain and finish off Trinex. Now, granted, it'll make things a little bit easier if he does it, because he just route in Trinex on the way back up to Ganon's tower. but Rascal is still very firmly in control here.
Yeah, Rascal has a firm lead at this point.
Yeah. All right. Out comes the flute for Rick.
What Rick needs is he needs the boots a little bit deeper in Ice Palace.
Oh. Ooh. Oh. Oh. Either that or on that mushroom, and Rascal doesn't think to check that first. But at any rate, Rascal is going to be heading to Helmusar King, which is going to be his final boss fight. Rascal did not get all 3 items. In fact, I think the bow was our first item in Ice.
No, we had it was a small key, then the bow, or no, then the mushroom. Right? We got the mushroom first.
Oh yeah, it was the mushroom. That's right. You're correct. So mushroom was the first item, and then bow was the second item. Math, I believe that chatter is referring to the torch icon on the restream, which just indicates that Math Girl is the person pulling all the strings. Yeah. Math Girl is the one controlling if you hear our voices and what music you're hearing.
She does all the hard leg work behind the scenes.
Having done it once or twice before, can confirm it is very fun to on the fly modify when things go terribly wrong. All right. Meanwhile, Rascal.
There's a time happening right here.
Yeah, it is
Something
now time
important.
for the Ganton's Tower Big Key guessing game. 1 out of 22 locations in Ganton's Tower basement will have the big key. Please enter a number from 1 to 22 in chat of what location you think that big key is going to be in. The closest one to it gets some points and some prizes of dubious quality and or existence. Betting will close when I see Rascal enter Ganton's Tower.
Well, I'm a fan of number 2, so I'm gonna go with 2.
Alrighty. Now, if you are really adamant on your number and somebody else got to it first, don't fret. You'll get 5 bonus points if your number is correct.
Whoa, that's a change of pace, Math Girl.
Well, yeah, because it's the trolliest spot it can be in.
Oh, right.
Because that would be the
I'm
torch. If you do the meta of Hope Room to left side.
I'm always inclined to look at that torch first, especially without boots.
And it
Get it
does
up.
look like Rick is pulling through ice here, so it's his only hope that boots are in here, and boots are needed for that big key guessing or big key location.
Both of which we're gonna
Notice-
find out.
I did not. The second bow was on Helmusar.
Oh, we did not notice that.
Yeah, we were so busy talking about other stuff, we missed completely. The silver arrows were on Helmusar.
Oh,
Good
well, that's a great find.
And
Especially with
first
Master
UTS,
Sword.
nothing.
Okay, moment of truth.
Location number 3, Bob's torch, is a small key. Bob lives, but rip to those who wanted one final troll from the seed.
Yeah. Bob lives, the seed's gonna end.
Well, I mean, the seed was going to end eventually anyway.
Nicely.
But,
We
yeah.
don't have to throw it in the garbage when we're done. And Rick picks up the big key, and it got me excited for Rascal.
6 is your big key today.
Alright. Master Sword, Silverless Ganon, incoming.
All right. So, Mr. Ister 24 was the winner of our big key guessing game today. He guessed right on the money and scores 15 points. Blue Kono also guessed location number 6 and gets 5 bonus points.
First bow was an Ice Palace.
Yep. And also, he does have silvers. Rascal does have silvers. It's not going to be Master Sword Silverless.
I think I said silvered, but maybe I said silverless.
And you might have, and they just heard silverless, so who knows. Anyway, let me get back to the tired joke about the Ganon Sour Big Key guessing game for a moment. Mr. Ister 24, for winning the Big Key guessing game, you win a lifetime supply of Link to the Past randomized seeds redeemable at alttpr.com. As always, if your standard seed lasts longer than 4 hours, please consult a wiki. Void where prohibited. No purchase necessary. Emulator not included.
I do love that little quip you do.
Alright, so Rascal making his way up the gauntlet here while Rick is contending with Cold Stare. Master Sword Cold Stare. 2.5 hearts Cold Stare. 1.5 heart Cold Stare. Oh god. That's a death.
Rip.
Oof.
Yeah, that's it for Ice Palace.
Alright. Yeah, it has not been Rick's day today, unfortunately.
And like his name says at the beginning, not wanting ice because of all the snow happening in his area, I can see why he did want to go to Ice Palace.
True. Oh. That's just rude, universe. Yikes. Meanwhile, Rascal just annihilates Landless 2 with those silver arrows.
Yeah. Almost got the one cycle, got beat up a little bit, but cleans it up nicely. And everyone's favorite was Robrubes that we get to just annihilate.
Yep. Well, usually annihilate. There's been a few times, a few seats that have happened where, for whatever reason, we don't need the Cane of Samaria, and then these rooms get a little bit more entertaining.
Yeah, you gotta start pulling out other things like the bow. Yeah, until Enemizer.
All right. Oh, is Rick heading back to... Oh, he's just gonna do Palace of Darkness because he knows he can do it. Woo Bear, we tried. It is up to the runners. I'm sure Math Girl is going to be working on that behind the scenes as well. We do have to have the runners finish first, so... So, granted, I would... We'll leave that thought for later, as Rascal... I'm not sure what Rascal is looking for. Oh, tempered.
Yeah, probably a sword. It would help.
Yes, it would.
Especially with this guy right here, who has not been giving Rascal a good day today. I think that's 3 or 4 falls total now from Moldorm.
That's like, Moldorm has not been taking any garbage from either of our runners.
Oh, that's not good. He has to slash it again. Don't spin it. Are you going to enrage him?
Oh, that's an enrage.
Oh, wait. No.
Nope, never mind.
Oh, okay. Maybe he poked him and I missed it earlier.
Who knows? Validation boomerang. Why not?
Totally useful now.
Might have been a double poke because of the hitbox weirdness or something.
Yeah.
Good call by Math Girl. All right. So Rascal now about to enlist in Geometry Wars. And that's going to be a double. And that's a mess, is what that is. There we go. A single.
Oh, those are rude blue balls.
Oh, could have been a fight-ending double there. Couldn't quite get it lined up, though. There it is. 2-1-1-1-1 for Rascal, and he's going to be heading to the big pig fight.
And Rick is taking on Helmasaur, and we'll get that chance to see the bow and arrow. Nice hammer.
We need to look with our special eyes to make sure that we weren't being lied to. Even though it's fairly clear that Rascal got the silvers from somewhere. Yep! That's rude, game. That's just rude.
Behind all those explosions, it's hard to see.
Yep.
Alright. 12 Master Sword spins. Each
Per
phase.
Yeah. And that's why we don't like doing Master Sword Ganon.
Yeah.
Because, good lord, that's a lot of spins.
Ooh, I wouldn't do that quite so soon.
Yeah, I would have burned some of the magic with the I mean, even the cape. You have the cape. It wouldn't have caused lag.
Yeah. And you want to use the
Especially
cape.
now that you're in phase 2, yeah.
Yeah.
Where the fire bats come into play.
I think he's 2 shots away. At least 2 shots away. Alright. We should be into phase 3 now.
Internet. Rascal's internet, please. Thank you.
Yeah, I know you can't spin with Burnout, but he's got the cape.
Yeah.
And not a whole lot of magic, even though he has silver arrows.
Yeah, that could be a problem. Unless he has another blue or a green sitting in his back pocket.
He may have stopped and picked up potions.
He'll be fine.
Yeah, he'll be okay. He does have.
Oop.
He's keeping us on the edge, though. Oh, you don't want to waste your stuff like that, though. Oh, hey, is he going for silver this? Did he not think he got the silvers too? Okay, all right, we're fine.
Okay. Oh, I think Rick's setting up for the pedestal play. He's doing. He's doing Armos Knights.
Rick's gonna just be ready to go pull the pedestal, and Rascal is gonna be killing the big pig.
Yep. Alright, there's a shot, and that big pig is exploding. Rascal has to survive the most dangerous 1x3 bridge in all of Hyrule. Alright.
Oh, we're getting a big bomb first.
Oh! Yeah. Okay, and Rascal finishes in first place with an official SRL time of 1 hour 53 minutes and 16 seconds, and 3 seconds later comes the dot quit from Rick.
Yeah, totally expect that, yeah.
Alright. So get your GGs out in chat. We do have Rascal in the waiting room here. So we'll get him pulled in. There he is. GGs.
GG.
Oh, I forgot I was pushing on. I'm really sorry about that.
Oh, no, you're not the only one that does that, trust me. GGs.
I don't know who rolled that seed, but they should definitely be in, someone should take him out back and put an end to that. It was me, by the way.
Yeah.
I'm watching Rick right now, and he just got the bow off of, the second bow off of Helma. That was absurd. That in itself just tilted me so much. It was funny, but it was tilting for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you really don't want to see the second bow in that particular location, especially in this seed.
No, not at all. I was hoping to score an out of logic bow with a potion glitch, because that has an absurd, an abnormal rate of happening. It should not happen, but it does happen. No luck there. And that was my go mode for a long time.
Yeah, well, the bow was bow locked. Just in pod.
Bow behind bow.
Just a little more hard locked. Great run though. Tough seed all around. Like,
It was a tough seed. That sword and library was just taunting us the whole game.
yeah.
I was kind of unhappy with how I started the seed, and very unhappy with how I ended it. If you were watching that Ganon fight, it was not very clean. But I guess I did enough in the middle to make interesting routing decisions, I thought. I'm curious to watch Rick's decisions and see what he does.
Speaking of Rick, he is waiting in the green room. We're going to go ahead and pull him on in here as well.
Love it.
GG's to you, sir.
Oh, thank you. This did not feel like a real strong seed for me.
I don't know anybody who could have done the seed and felt good about themselves.
Yeah, that was an interesting location for the ice rod, and for the longest time, it also just kind of looked like the boots were going to loom large over this seed, and it turns out, no, they were just pretty much a red herring.
Why put a sword on the
That's what I just said.
first, 5 minutes of this seed if you're not going to give me the boots? Like,
Taunting.
What?
Like, that was in the back of my mind the whole Rick. I
Yeah,
can't
I mean-
wait to go get that sword so that I can stop having to do Master Sword everything and pay attention.
There was an accessible sword nearby in Digging Game.
Oh, there was. When did you got that in, Rick?
I didn't get it in my first swoop through the Dark World. I got it after Thieves Town.
Oh, so you
I
did the-
just played the seed horribly. First of all, the decisions I made were rough, and then the deaths I took were just as rough as well. Taking a death after doing the coffee break in the Tower of
I
Harrowstone.
almost did the same exact thing.
Yeah. You took
Oh my, that
Rascal,
hero
you,
was so,
you took a
was
death
so-
though in Hera as well, just
I
from a
really
medieval
did.
term. Yeah. Both you guys actually had similar struggles in similar dungeons at different times.
Oh, I'm
Like
glad that I'm
both
not
your
alone.
guys' Skullwoods was dicey at moments. Rick unfortunately got beat up a little bit more.
Yeah,
the
I kind of just took a little too much damage against Mothula, and that just didn't pay out.
I know that feeling.
I already knew I was behind because of the deaths, plus nearly last locationing the Titan's midst. But to add everything else on top of it, watching as headlights or streetlights outside my window go completely dark, and then my lights here start to dim, I'm like, uh-oh.
I'm glad you made it home okay.
Yeah, well, getting home wasn't the battle. I guess doing the seed was the battle.
It was war.
And you need to find a bow in Ice Palace for you.
I almost noped out after the mushroom. I was like, this seed has been so trolly, it'll probably be on this mushroom.
Oh yeah, no, I had that exact same reaction. I was like, I was jokingly saying like boots on cold stare to kind of open up boots locations.
Why would you say that?
Because I'm an evil person and I spend way too much time around Math Girl.
Did you ever find the boots?
Nope. Neither of you found them.
Yeah, neither of us.
That's
I thought,
rude.
if you want to say, I lucked out and found the sword before Thieves Town and Skullwoods. And that was kind of just like a 50-50 shot of doing South Dark World after Hype Cave, like rushing Hype Cave. And because of that, I was able to go north and had Mirror and checked Graveyard Ledge. So I got really, really lucky there.
Yeah, I made note of that during your routing, how it worked out to be really beneficial. Rick actually, he went to Hype Cave as well, but he went up to Pyramid and Catfish. So when he went to Village of Outcasts, he ended up leaving out the bottom towards Swamp.
I don't think I ever checked Pyramid, and it was scaring me the entire.
Well, speaking of checks that didn't happen, that was scaring me the entire race. Rick, I know for a fact you still remember Lumberjack Ledge holding the mirror from one of your first races that I restreamed. Neither of you checked Lumberjack.
Yeah, screw Lumberjack. That's what I have to say about that.
Did you get a third sword?
I did not find a third sword, but I only did, like 7 checks in G.
You did 7 checks. The big key was on 6.
I really need to practice Master Sword Ganon. It's not looking very.
You started off decent. It just looked like at the end with the silvers, you almost were going for.
Yeah, I forgot how to use silvers. Like that's supposed to be the easy way to kill Ganon, and I just straight up forgot how. But that's what the seed did to me, and I have a feeling it did something very similar to Rick.
Yeah, dying to Cold Stare was not good. Dying to Mothula wasn't good. Dying in Hera wasn't good. It was coupled bad routing plus bad execution, and it's not a recipe to win a race.
Did you do Cold Stare looking for your Ice Rod?
Yes.
Yep. At that point in time, I had 4 checks remaining that I could think of. I was about ready to, when you finished, go check Pyramid Fairy.
I do respect the decision not to go to the Smith chair.
I
like
just
that route.
Don't know how you're supposed to route that in when you get the mids after doing your Thieves Town stuff.
I think you route it in when you're scrambling for your last item. That's what I did.
And that makes sense. I already knew I was behind the 8 ball at that point. The fact that I full cleared Turtle Rock trying to find the Ice Rod and the needle in the haystack at that point.
Yeah,
I just lost control of the logic, and like I said, bad execution, and it happens.
I didn't feel like there was anything very interesting with the logic. Like there weren't any items behind other items. It was just like a straight treasure hunt. Go.
Yeah, they gave you lots of stuff at the beginning, and then they just kind of sprinkled a few things here and there for the rest of the seed.
When did you get Quake from Swamp?
I went to Swamp before I had Titan's mitts, so I'm trying to remember.
You guys were actually in Swamp at the same time.
Well, that's cute.
Yeah.
And no, I didn't want that single rupee that was in the Lumberjack tree.
This is I don't know about you, Rick, but it's kind of a confidence shaker. Like some seeds, I feel like I know this game, and in this seed, I felt the exact opposite.
Yeah, this can definitely kind of shake your faith a little bit if you let it. But you guys didn't get this far in this tournament by letting your confidence get shaken. So, yeah.
It only means that Dracarys is the only undefeated runner in this tournament now.
Oh.
Yeah, that's the other thing I was thinking about bringing up was that is Rick's first loss in singles play in this tournament. So that was a run. So it'll be interesting to see what happens next. Have you guys had a chance to discuss Game 2 yet? I'm assuming not.
No, I had some stuff going on in the background. Like I said, I've been distracted the entire run. But I'm not going to use that as an excuse to explain. I mean, Rascal won this legitimately. You got to shake off what's going on the outside and just play your game. And Game 2, I'll look over the tape, see what happens, and I'll come up with a decision before we get to Game 2 on Monday.
Alrighty, well, we'll be keeping an eye out for that. Either here on Go Mode Podcast or over on ZSR, one of the two. And GG's to you both, and looking forward to the rest of the tournament here and the rest of this series. Anything else you guys want to add before we send this one on home?
Just to say GG, and I'm curious to see what Rick can do with a seed that you can actually make plays, because I know that he's a pretty good runner, and if there's a seed where he can make plays, I might be at a disadvantage, but we'll see.
Alrighty then. So that will about do it for us here. Math Girl already dropped all the links while that interview was going on, but don't forget to follow our runners, follow our restream team, including our amazing restreamer Math Girl and our tracker TomoTalk13, and your commentators, both myself, Westside Vandal, and He's Just a Boy. Don't forget to check out the Go Mode Podcast, gomodepodcast.com, or wherever podcasts are distributed, and the Discord with that Discord link for a nice community and our bi-weekly seeds here with the Go Mode Podcast community. Until next time, don't let seeds like this get you down, because this game can be fun sometimes. Good night, everybody.